Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the European Crossover Webinar. And we're after a quick jump in the S&Ps. You can see them just backing off a little bit, but they're still way up here in the stratosphere. Overall, look at that. Looks like we do have a little gravestone dojo on a 2-hour, but still we're trading in a very tight range. On the weekend, pretty tough to go against this thing. Well, at least, I'm referring to on a Friday going into a weekend. And we'll take a look where we are on crude oil. Oh boy, they're still hugging here towards the lows. And gold, looking for the same pie to take a little bit of a respite after it's already had a pretty good little run here. But still up here, right here at just about 1877, which was once get that intermediate target we've been looking at. And we'll take a look what we stand here in the Nasdaq. And look here in the Nasdaq, the 2-hour chart. Also still up here, not with a little gravestone dojo, although like I said, that's pretty tight on the S&Ps, but still up here close to the highs. And once again, after this stalwart run yesterday, I mean, from those lows, it was just an incredible move. And Bitcoin hold up still really well after that dip. Right just sub 30,000 and then a rally back. I always thought we were getting back some of this, but no, we're still hugging here near the not that far away from 40,000. And as I said, the Nasdaq still held up very well. Now, we did have a UK retail sales that came out a couple hours ago, and we did get a French manufacturing PMI, which came in at 59.2. The forecast was 58.5. And German PMIs came in at 56.2. They're looking for 57. I just got Italian industrial sales coming up, and we just got at the top of this just this hour when we're starting Eurozone PMIs came in at 62.8, outperforming just a bit. They're looking for 62.5, so nice improvement on that of what the expectations were. And then we have UK PMI at the bottom of the hour. They're looking for an even 60. As we come to the States, we'll have Canadian retail sales as well as U.S. manufacturing PMI. And at 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll have existing home sales. And at 10 a.m. Eastern, we're also going to have Eurozone consumer confidence for May. They looking for a forecast of negative 6.8. The previous was negative 8.1. And take a look at the K-oil. Still holding up really well here. And the K-oil, of course, the futures, when we said we're trading at about a 6-tick premium to the cash. And with the euro, just come off those highs just a little bit. why that thing is stuck on there. Oh, it's annoying. With that, we're going in, move into the analysis. So the euro closed with a dark cloud cover, and I don't even know why this didn't update. Holy smokes. Hold on. Unless I didn't do the update on that. Hang on, bear with me. Holy smokes. That could be the case. Hang on. It's been such a long week, I think I'm going bananas. Hang on. That may be the case. No, I did do the analysis. I know it's, for whatever reason, it's not shown on here. But anyway, we had a strong update here after this dark cloud cover, as referenced. On Wednesday, we saw the Thursday come right back up with a pretty good strong move right up in here. Look at that, closing even just, eclipsing the previous day's high. So looking at what we're looking for support, or not support, but for resistance, where this can move to, we'd be looking at right here, this bar here. There is going to be resistance right there, 2265. And for support. And this was really a solid move here. Just about engulfed it. I mean, we did on the upside, the downside hit open just about where it's at. But boy, what a solid close on this. Support's going to be right there at 2162. And let's go move into the cable. Same thing here on the cable. Look at that solid close and closing above the prior days. We had this hardcore drop, and we turned around and blast right back up here and close above the previous day's close here. Let's go and take a look at it on the 2-hour chart. Well, it's going to have to be right there, 4210. And support. Gonna have to go right there with that 4138. And on to the Aussie dollar. Decent up move here. That's actually a nice move here. We didn't eclipse the highs, but certainly we did go in and open below the body lows here. Resistance is just going to be right here at this upper little bar here, and that's going to be 78.14. And support right there at 77.11. Next up, the dollar yen. It's been relatively quiet, and yesterday we saw the same point close right here, just below these lows. And hang on, let's just get a little sip of water. We'll have a dry throat. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. But we are pressing lower here, so support coming down here is going to be right at this low. It's going to be 8.31 for the dollar yen. And the high right here at 9.20. 9.20. And on to the cash dollar index. Well, this thing's just been sick as a dog, no matter what. And look, now this one actually engulfed down here. So we'll go for 89. 54. I really just want to push it a little lower. See on the safe side. 89.45. And the upside would be right there. 90.04. And let's go move into Bitcoin. kind of pushing here a little bit lower in Nasdaq. And Bitcoin, keep thinking we're going to pare back, but we have not. Um, I just don't know if it'll really break that far. Seems like people will take that out. Well, we'll just go with what will be support, whether they break them or they don't break them. 36,262. On the upside, right there, 41,959. And moving on to the S&Ps. As I mentioned, this one really came back. Well, they both did, that and Nasdaq. But as I said, um, we're looking at what could be this little gravestone doji, but going into a Friday, good luck trying to keep this thing down. So, in the sense that no one's going to step in and try and push against it, it's a matter of whether they can push push much higher. So, resistance. We'll go with 41.69 for resistance. Now the actual push is really going to be 41.73 if they can push beyond that. Remember, they got to 41.69 yesterday, so it's going to be 41.73. And support 41.52 for immediate. Let's go 41.48. That's really to be a break on a pivot. Be 41.48 right there. Moving on to the Nasdaq. Same thing here with the Nasdaq. Pretty solid recovery. I mean, to say the very least. I mean, boy, did we push higher. We're still way up here in the stratosphere. Support is going to be right there. 34,464. And on the upside, 13,551. On to the gold market. And as you know, from about a couple of weeks back, we've been looking for a move to 1877. When we looked at the charts, that's what we thought they would go to. Eventually made it up to 1877, and then a couple of days later, we actually pushed up above 1892. We saw a pretty good little pullback, and then we just kind of been sitting here. But I still think it's open for a pair back. Whether it comes to fruition or not, we'll find out. On a very short-term basis, resistance is going to be right there, 1864. And I still like this 1882 on the upside. I mean, we've already gone to 1877. I just don't see where we can push too much higher. So I'm looking at 1882 there. And let's finish up with crude. This has continued to move lower. Let's go and open this up a bit. They have really pressed this down pretty good. We are into some support there right in here. It's going to be 61.46. And on the upside, right there, 62.13. Actually, a little bit higher, right there, 62.15. Boy, what a move. This has really been something else, especially after they came up with this solid hammer and to only go on and just slide right back down. It looks like they're faking everybody out, come right back up, and then they drop right back down again. What a move. So there's the bias chart for today on the 21st. We'll get that posted and we'll see you in the chat room. And thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar. Mira said to look at platinum and palladium. We can go into that. Bear with me. Well, we're still back into this range we've been playing in. Okay, here's when we finally broke out of this range, broke out of this 1240, and then we kind of stood there, although it was still a decent little close, and then we posted this gravestone type doji move. We broke back into the range, challenged back out, and here we are sliding back. Support is right where we're at right now, this level. It's 1190. And we need to hold. If not, we're going to break lower. And the break even lower would then go on and push us down to here, which would be 1174. But they're trying to make this hold here, but really has opened up the door, falling back, retracing back up here, and then sliding really opens the door for them just to push a little bit lower. And that's going to be support right there, 1169. But really, the only way that this thing gets back to bullish, it's got to close back above 1257, and it's a long ways from there at this point. Let's go and take a look at Palladium. Oh, and Amir says it's the head and shoulders. Let's take a look. Kind of, sort of. I see what you're talking about. It's just that the head's not very much higher than the shoulders. I just think we're just stuck in this range here. Let's go and take a look at Palladium. Palladium's looking pretty sad sack too, because now you see here how we got back above the 161%. We posted this like gravestone doji, and now it's just been going downhill. And support, there's going to be stops just below this low, which is 1296, 2796. And we're just barely holding. But my guess is they'll just want to press those stops. And there we go. And as I mentioned, we're going to get the bias chart posted. Thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar, and we'll see you in the chat room.